want to talk about civil forfeiture for a minute. Do you think it's fundamentally just and fair for the government to be able to seize property from a citizen without having to prove that the citizen was guilty of any crime, and based solely on a showing that there was probable cause to believe that that property was in some way used in connection with a crime?
Senator, I believe that civil forfeiture, civil and criminal forfeiture, are very important tools of the Department of Justice, as well as our state and local counterparts through state laws, in essentially managing or taking care of the first order of business, which is to take the profit out of criminal activity. With respect to civil forfeiture, certainly as implemented by the Department, it is done pursuant to supervision by a court. It's done pursuant to court order, and I believe that the protections are there. What I will also,
what if you just asked the average person on the street whether they thought the government could or should be able to do that? Should the government be able to take your property absent of showing that you did anything wrong, thereafter requiring you as a condition for getting your property back, whether it's a bank account that's been seized or frozen, whether it's a vehicle that's been seized, that you would have to go back and prove your innocence. So you're guilty, in essence, until proven innocent, at least guilty in the sense that your property's gone. You think your average citizen would be comfortable with that?
Well, I certainly can't speak in terms of what the average citizen would or would not be aware of there. I certainly understand that there has been a lot of discussion and concern over asset forfeiture as a program, as expressed by a number of people.
And particularly at the state level, such that some states have adopted, in response to a pretty widespread citizen outcry, laws significantly restricting the use of civil forfeiture proceedings for that very reason. Which leads to why I raise this with you. It's my understanding that the Department of Justice has, in many instances, been used as a conduit through which law enforcement officials at the state and local level can circumvent state laws restricting the use of civil forfeiture within the state court system. In other words, where under the state court's state law established system, that kind of forfeiture is prohibited. People can go through the Department of Justice. The Department of Justice will take out a fee, maybe 20% of the value of the assets seized, and then those can be returned. It's a process known as adoption. Don't you think most Americans would find that concerning if the federal government is facilitating efforts to circumvent state laws that are designed to prohibit the very thing that they're doing?
I think that a number of people would have questions about how the Department of Justice manages its asset forfeiture program, and my understanding is that those questions have been raised about various aspects of it. My understanding is that the Department is undertaking a review of its asset forfeiture program, and certainly as U.S. Attorney, I'm aware of the fact that the adoption program that you have just described, which did raise significant concerns from a number of parties, has actually been discontinued by the Department. That's the guidance that we have recently received, with some exceptions for things like items of danger, explosives, and the like. But it is part of an ongoing review of the asset forfeiture program, and certainly should I be confirmed, I look forward to continuing that review. I would also say, Senator, that I look forward to continuing these discussions with you as you express concerns and interests on behalf of constituents or others, as an important part of the Department being as transparent as possible in explaining how it operates. Asset forfeiture is a wonderful tool. We return money to victims, we take the profit out of crime, but as with everything that we do, we want to make sure that we're being as responsive as possible to the people that we are serving.
Thank you. I look forward to those additional discussions, and I see my time's expired. Thank you very much.